Davion, obviously you guys have been playing really well recently, but what in particular can you prove in this next game against a ranked team in a hostile environment at LSU?
Yeah, I mean, just another statement game. Try to get a really big road win. Obviously, they're a really good team and they play well at home. So just to go somewhere and win and prove that we can bounce back on the road, that'll be big for us.
Kyle Tucker will go to you next, and then Jerry Tipton.
Yeah, Davion, I wonder if you can quantify in some way how Oscar's rebounding affects winning. Obviously, it's important, and he's almost turned it into a spectator sport. But how directly do you feel like it affects winning? How many more points per game do you think it adds with all the offensive rebounds, or stopping another team's possession just at one shot by getting a defensive rebound?
Yeah, I mean, Oscar's one of the most unique players in the country. Um, I don't think anyone provides what he does to a team, to their team, like he does. I mean, it makes it kind of hard to compete without him because Oscar's the type of guy like you already can account for 15 to 20 rebounds on your team every game. So, I mean, for a guy like him, for us to be able to get out in transition and score like we do, you can kind of credit a lot of things that we do on the offensive end to Oscar just by his ability that he can rebound on the defensive end. It gives us kind of a quicker break, and it deflates the other team's confidence. Like they know if they miss a shot, we're probably gonna get the rebound. His accountability for rebounding and inspiring other guys to go rebound kind of brings us up to the 90th, 100 percentile. So I mean, Oscar just keep doing what he's doing. It's gonna, keep us in the winning column. Honestly.
Jerry Tipton, go ahead.
Yeah, Davion, the other time you guys played on the road was obviously at Notre Dame on the other guy's court.
Mm.
What lessons or what do you think you guys gained from that experience that can be helpful going forward?
Yeah, I mean, just to know how it feels, especially with a crowd, like going in. Obviously, the other team is super excited. They're really looking forward to having us there. I mean, in some cases, they're probably holding like a ceremony of something, or they're doing something special just because we're there. It's an attraction when we play in your arena. So just to know how it feels to go in there and win, and it'll be our first one of the year on the road. That'll be big for us.
Is it difficult to keep having to respond to the other team being super excited, as you say, again, again, again?
Yeah, I mean, this is Kentucky though. It's why you come here. I mean, what else do you want? You want to be the main scene. So um, it is what it is. We're used to it at this point, and the state should be too. I mean, this is why we come here, and this is why we are UK.
Thanks.
We'll go with Larry Vaught next, and John Hale will circle back to you.
Hey, Dave, I just wonder if you could talk a little bit about the energy you try to provide off the bench, and also maybe what advice, if any, you give to Ty Ty from time to time.
Yeah, I mean, just knowing my role coming in, I know I'm looked at to uh, come in and bring a spark, provide the same energy and more than when the starters come out. Come in, score the ball, make defensive plays, play fast, have fun, bring energy. I mean, that's kind of what I'm looked at. And then to Tata, just every time he's out there, I just tell him, like, stay aggressive. Just stay aggressive. Don't worry about anything else. Be you, and that's good enough. That's usually what I tell him. He's a special guy, but sometimes, like, even what Coach was saying, you don't even notice. Like, he just flows under the radar and gets his, like, double digits every time. But I know that how good he is, and he can give us even more. So just tell him to stay aggressive and, compete, play hard. And that's really all I tell him.
What else do you think he can give you?
I mean, sky's the limit for him. I mean, he just has to keep going. He hasn't even got really as deep into his bag as he can. I mean, and I know that's tough. You're playing within your system. You're playing hard, and you're doing what's best for the team at all times. But I'll let him show you that he can do a little bit more too. We all can.
John Hale will go to you, and then Christos, you got next.
Davion, it felt like maybe after you came back from your illness, your shot was a little off. Maybe it's falling a little more recently. How much did that affect you, just your rhythm and being out for that time?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been tough. I was shooting the ball really well, and then to take a 10-day layoff, it did kind of throw off my rhythm a little bit. So now just trying to get my feet back under me and get into it. It has been a tough stretch, but I mean, I'm not discouraged at all. It's just one of those things. Like you're practicing every day, you're trying to stay consistent, but sometimes that's just how the ball falls. So I'm super excited to come out and know that I have another chance every other game to kind of find my rhythm again. So when it does fall, just look out. But I appreciate everybody still rocking with me through this woe. But at the end of the day, it's what the game is. It's either gonna go in the rim or it's not. So you just gotta stay consistent.
Christos will go to you, and then John Wong.
Hello, Davion. Hope you're doing well. You mentioned that I watched before, and what, from your perspective, what is the most impressive part of his game and the way he's playing with this season, and what is his ceiling from your perspective as well?
Are you talking about Oscar? Or?
Washington.
Oh, Ty. And you're asking me what is the most impressive thing?
What is the most impressive part on the way he's playing with, and what is his ceiling from your perspective?
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, like Tata, he's very impressive out there. Just his maturity, even as like a freshman, to come out there and still continue to play his own pace. That's been one of the most impressive things to me. But just the way that he can get others involved, even as he's trying to build himself up. He's a very unselfish guy, and I always know that if I'm running in transition or I'm sprinting the floor really hard, like there's no doubt in my mind that he's gonna throw it up the floor. And you really love playing with guys like that. His spirit and his energy, his calmness out there, just as a really young guy, like that's super impressive. And I know for him, that's what's gonna help him translate so easy into the next level. And there's no doubt in my mind he'll get there. But for him, just his calmness and just his ability to make the hard things, look effortless. It's amazing for him, and I'm super proud of that.
John Wong, you got next, and Jerry will circle back to you.
Yeah, and Kellen had a pretty impressive shooting game the other night. He hit those 7 threes. You had one last year where I think you hit 6 of them.
Yeah.
Is there a sense of competition between you guys in practice? What is practice like with you guys jacking up the threes?
Yeah, I mean, Kellen, he's playing at a very high level right now. And it was crazy because as he was getting into that field, like it kind of, in my mind, it felt like I was watching myself from last year in a different perspective. Like I was just in shock. Like, but I kind of could feel what he was going through. Like I see it in his face, and I was just like, man, like that's how it looks. Like, and I was just super proud of him. Like just rooting for him to just keep going. Like I honestly wanted him to shoot more. It's like I kind of felt like a fan in that moment, and I felt how people were feeling when they was watching me do it. It was just crazy, man. And I mean, Kellen's a high level guy. He shoots the ball really well, and in practice, there's no difference. Like I think the practice maybe a week before that or so, he had hit like 7 like that. So I mean, it's no surprise for us what Kellen is doing, and I mean everyone's competing in practice every day. We try. I don't really guard Kellen much in practice. I usually play the point. So, but with KG, we always saying like cut his water off, don't let him shoot. Like so, I mean when he's getting pushed and guarded harder in practice than he usually is in the games, there's no surprise that he's doing stuff like that.
You have 7 or 8 in you left in one of these games coming up?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
All right, thanks.
Jerry, back to you.
Yeah, I hope I can ask a couple, Davion. But if I heard you right, you said this is a statement game tomorrow night. What statement, ideally, would you want the team to make?
They were road warriors. We can come in your house and we can dominate the same way we do here. we want to prove that there's no layoff, that we're a legitimate top 10, top 5 team in the country, no matter if we're playing at home or we're away. We just want to prove that there's no layoff. Where we play at, we can play anybody, anywhere. That's just what we're looking to prove. We're legitimate, and that's really it. But more so to ourselves than just everyone. Like, first step is proving it to ourselves, and that's what we're coming in to do.
And I wondered too, I don't know how much you've looked at LSU yet, but I'm wondering if anything stands out. And, they're 12-1, I believe, and highly ranked. What sort of challenge do you think they present?
Yeah, I mean, they're a team that's going to press, almost 40 minutes of the game. They're a team that has a very quick second jump. They're super athletic, and a lot of their offense translates from their defense. Like, when they're getting stops, they're getting steals out of the press. They're usually getting buckets on the other end, right out of those steals, right out of those quick, long rebounds. So for us to go in there and try to limit live ball turnovers, to make good decisions on the offensive end, and you can't really control how bad of a miss it is, but try to limit long ball rebounds. I mean, that's what we're really trying to focus on, because we know they're athletic. We know that they're going to press us. So for us to break the press, try to score as quick as we can, that's things that we're focused on. And they're obviously having a great energy playing at home. So that's something you have to compete with as well.